what I've been told is the Boomer font, no longer referred to as the Jordan font. Kansas with the blue jerseys, white numbers, red outline, white pants with blue pinstripes. Should be fun. We hope you enjoy the broadcast as much as we're going to enjoy bringing it to you. Let's play to Oklahoma and Kansas coming to you on the Sooner Radio Network and simulcast today on ESPN Plus, SEC Network Plus. Make sure we get it all cleared away. The Sooner Softball pregame show, every single game, is brought to you by Walden Cleaners and Laundry, where the difference is quality. We do have one little tidbit of business to follow up on from the pregame show. And that is our opponent outlook presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma, connecting Oklahomans to quality health care through every stage of life. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Oklahoma. This was your first full-time coaching job.
It was.
At Kansas. How about that?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Lawrence. My son was born in Lawrence, but here's the thing about KU. They're coached very well. Jennifer McFalls has been there quite a while and just really working to get this program, the culture, and I feel like we see her passion and culture come through in the way that this team approaches the game, but just trying to build what this program could potentially be. There's so much potential of what KU softball could be, and we're seeing it in Coach McFall's time there. But this is a pretty good KU team. I mean, their record and stats may not be jumping off the page at you, but this is a team, they've got some salt to them.
Right away, Patty Gasso breaks into her bag of tricks and brings in a fifth infielder as the first pitch at 3:31 local time is a little bit up to Presley Limbaugh. The 1-0. In for a strike, 1-1. It took me a moment because Abby Dayton looked so comfortable over there at second base. I was like, is that Ilana? On the radio side, you've got three Sooners on the left side of the infield. No one in right field as that slapped right towards the shift. Nelly gloves, throws, and gets her.
Quick and pretty.
Patty Gasso came out before that first pitch and explained to Bobby DeMaio, who is listed again as our home plate umpire, Ronald Burkhardt over at first, Hayes Lesher over at third. First pitch to Ainsley Linduff is a little bit up, ball one.
And that's a huge out for Lowry. I mean, yesterday, Limbo, 3 for 3.
Yeah.
And just doing what she does. So good to see Lowry get in, settling quickly, and great spot there with the rise ball up in the zone for strike one.
This is just the second start for Audrey Lowry, but she has been outstanding. Pounds the inside corner for strike two. Sixth appearance. We mentioned just the second start. She's 3-0 with a 2.86 ERA. 8 runs, only 6 of those earned. Staying alive, 1-2 count is Linda.
Well, and Coach Gasso mentioned it, wanting to get Lowry back out in the circle, especially here at Loves Field, and getting her another opportunity to get a start and just get comfortable.
Up fouled on the left side, out of play. It is gorgeous. Might be a little bit cooler tonight. A lot of crimson in the crowd. Fans have gone with the crimson as opposed to the cream today in the wardrobe. Staying alive, fouled that one off, did Linduff. 457 average for Ainsley Linduff. Kind of wild that as speedy as Limbaugh and Linduff appear to be and how they get on base, they've only stolen one bag apiece this year. Fouled off at the plate again.
Yeah, the stolen base numbers, again, with the speed that they've got at the top half of this lineup, and really the bottom half has stolen more bags than Limbaugh and Linduff.
Yeah. The pop fly right side, giving chase is Sanders. Oh, she tumbles into the dugout of Kansas as she runs out of room. Boy, heartbreaking loss for OU basketball. On the road, they fall to Ole Miss on a last-second three-pointer, and Sooners stole the inbound pass, and on a full-court shot, it hit the side of the backboard. Almost made it. Shades of the Michigan State Maryland game, but Sooners fall, and it'll be tough to stay on the right side of the bubble. They're playing so much better, though. 2-2 hit hard right to Sanders. She'll go to the bag. 2 away.
I saw Lowry take a little bit of a tumble there as Coach Gasso goes out to check on her. Popped up quickly and looks to be okay, but just lost her footing on that pitch. But I will say this, 2-2, it's a great spot. Good battle by Linduff, but good to see Lowry hit a big-time spot in that count.
Is it maybe something that caused her to tumble? They're working on the front of the circle there.
Yeah.
What could commonly cause that for a lefty? Like you even know anything about that.
You could, as she came through, I think every now and then, and this playing surface is immaculate and it's beautiful, but every now and then in the circle you get some chunks that come out where that stride foot lands. But thankfully looks to be okay.
2 outs for Haley Kripe. First pitch swinging. She lines it foul down the right field line. That'll hit off the protective netting. OU and Kansas, traditional Big 12 rivals. Yesterday was the 127th all-time meeting. I think I said 123 early. I'm all about accuracy here in the booth. Today is the 128th meeting between Oklahoma and Kansas. Sooners have won 24 straight in the series. The 1-1 to Kripe, grounded softly towards the left side. No, they're going to say foul ball. Third base umpire right away. Hazel Escher came up and said foul ball.
I'm going to say this, I like that location. Kripe, first righty that Lowry has faced here in this inning, running the ball right in on her hands.
That misses low. OU baseball update too. 3-1 Sooners holding CSUN at bay. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Lowry to Kripe. Just stays alive. Well, you've seen a lot of fouls at the plate here through these first 3 hitters.
And Jayhawks have come out aggressive. And this is a solid swinging offense.
Yeah.
I mean, this is no slouch offense by any means. But coming out aggressive here in the first.
2-2 looped in a shallow center field. Abby Dayton makes it look easy. Maybe got a little bit of a later jump, but made up the ground, and that'll do it. A 1-2-3 first with a tumble from Audrey Lowry. We head to the bottom half. Scoreless. Sooner softball presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway, and today's game. It may apply. Scoreless game as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Abby Dayton will lead things off for Oklahoma. First time back in the leadoff spot for Abby Dayton since last week's game against Wichita State. Would have been the Sunday game. No one has hit leadoff more for the Sooners this season than Abby Dayton, and the left-handed hitting center fielder digs in. Here's the first pitch from Lizzie Ludwig, and it's in for a strike. Righty Ludwig for Kansas. 2.08 ERA, 2.08, 3-1 on the season. This is her 5th start. 30 1/3 innings total. 14 strikeouts to 9 walks. Opponents hitting just 209 against her. That's a little bit out, 1-1.
And Plank, we talked about this a little bit in the pregame, but how Coach Gasso has kind of shifted this offensive lineup around a little bit. But, Dayton in the leadoff spot, hitting .378, but she's also leading the team in hit by pitches. She's got 8 walks on the season, so she's just doing a good job of finding her way on base.
Oh, bounces that one past Tatum on the right side. The second baseman eating up.
And right on cue, finding a way on base, put the ball on the ground. And again, you could just see Tatum catch a hop, and it's going to go down as a hit, as it should. It was hit pretty hard, but using the dirt, finding a way to get on base, that's what you need in a leadoff spot.
Kansas is coming off a 23-0 win over East Texas A&M in the game before ours. First pitch to Ella Parker is low and away, ball one.
And it wasn't a East Texas A&M they made some mistakes, but KU had 17 hits in that ball game. I mean, and they weren't just little bloopers. I mean, they were firing the ball all over Love's Field.
1 ball and no strikes to Parker. Inside runner goes to throw down. Trickles away from the shortstop Kripe as it was wide from Amezquea. And it's a stolen base for Abby Dayton. Oh, this team has stolen bases this year, DJ.
Took the words out of my mouth. 7th on the season for Dayton. I will say this. I think a good throw may have had her.
That's why I was a little bit hesitant with it. Here comes the 2-0 to maybe the hottest hitter in college softball. Soft's off speed, drops in for a strike.
You know, looking at Ella Parker's stats, 617, and I feel like that's a number you see week 1, week 2. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're getting, again, we've talked about it a lot. Conference play starts next week.
Yep. There's a line drive to left field, falling fast, but what a play. Ava Wallace has been outstanding in left field for Kansas. Outside of one mistake against Ella Parker yesterday, she makes up for it there, and there is one away.
Talking about Ella Parker again, even on an out, stroking the ball well. I mean, taking the ball the other way. She is doing that as well as anybody in college softball right now, of just taking what pitches she's getting, because she's not seeing tremendous pitches either, and finding a way to still hit them hard.
Here's Sid Sanders. First pitch to the Sooner first baseman is sky to left field and pretty deep, and you can kiss it goodbye. It's out of here. Sid Sanders bombs one over the left field wall. She got under it, sent it a mile into the sky, and out of here. 2-0 Sooners as Sid starts the party early.
That was a key. Game 1, get out here and get moving quickly. We saw this team have a little bit of a slow start yesterday. Not on Saturday. Squaring the ball up early. Abby Dayton finding a way to start the party, but Sid Sanders, that was a towering shot.
Home runs this season. Proudly brought to you by the dedicated people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas. That is a team-leading 5th home run for Sid Sanders. And as Cassidy Pickering digs in, it's 2-0 Sooners. And Oklahoma as a team just hit home run number 29. Now, you mentioned in comparison to SEC play, that is 2nd in the SEC behind only Florida. Here's the 0-1 to Pickering, and that's outside. Keep in mind, too, Florida has played 21 games this season. Today they'll play their 22nd and 23rd. Today is just the 17th game for the Sooners. So little discrepancy there. Here's the 1-1 to Cassidy Pickering, who is heating up. She takes it low.
Yeah, it's good to see Pickering look comfortable in the box. I feel like early, at times, little defensive and not that same smooth swing that we see from Cassidy Pickering. So it's good to see her starting to look a little bit more comfortable in the box.
That is the word. That's it. She looks more comfortable over the last few games. She hits this one hard and deep to left center field. Oh, the Sooners went back-to-back. Cassidy Pickering goes opposite field and drives one into the bleachers. 3-0 Sooners.
JT Gasso has been telling this offense, give me more whip, swing the bat hard. And we have seen nothing but that here in the first inning. And best part of this, Cassidy Pickering just took that ball to one of the deepest parts of this field, Oppo. And I'd be curious to see the replay on it, because I don't think she finished her swing all the way either.
Wow.
That was a pitch off the plate a little bit.
They're going to let Ludwig try to work her way through this as Nellie McEnroe-Marinas digs in. I'll tell you one thing, I definitely like this north wind much more, as the first pitch is low for a ball 1. Ludwig threw a complete game 9-hitter, giving up 2 runs in a win over Texas State. Grounder just fouled down the third baseline.
Well, and Ludwig so far on the year, opponents only hitting 209 against her. I mean, she's got good stuff. But this Sooner offense has come out here early in this ball game and been aggressive, but also we see her trying to kind of do some things on the outer half of the plate, especially to these lefties, and they're doing a really good job of handling it.
Here's the 1-1, a little bit out. Last night's game against the Jayhawks, Sooners took a couple innings to seem to get really comfortable. And when they did, it put up 9. Led to a run rule win. There's a strike.
It's a nice location from Ludwig, but I like the take from Nelly.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Took a little something off it. You could just see not quite on time. So smart take there.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Hit hard to third, off the glove of Flanagan into left field. Stay hot, Nelly. Flanagan was even with the back. Don't know what she could have done there. We'll await the ruling, but I'm pretty sure they're going to give her a hit on that, which means 4 of the first 5 batters have a hit in some way, shape, or form. And the hardest hit ball of all of them might have been Ella Parker's. That was caught in left field by Wallace, and they're going to slow this thing down here as Kansas. What's your message to Lizzie Ludwig?
It's early, but I mean, you even go back to the 1 out that's on the board that the ball was hit hard. So, you know, catching some plate at times, and she's not doing a poor job of working ahead in counts, but I mean, this Sooner offense right now is just seeing her well. And you hate to say it, sometimes matchups, I mean, we hear Coach Gassel say it all the time, matchups matter.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, Ludwig right now, she's not fooling many people, so trying to find a way to mix speeds a little bit, expand, and get these Sooner hitters to expand their zone a little bit, because right now they're just waiting for her to come into the strike zone, and they're teeing off.
Sooners saw Kansas 4 times last year. They had the 3-game set up in Lawrence. And then they ended up playing him in the Big 12 tournament, a game the Sooners won 10-1. All right, meeting's over. Here's Tia Malloy, runner at first. 1 out, 3-0 Sooners. Left-handed hitting Malloy, shows bunt, popped it foul.
And I think something we're seeing Ludwig do so far in this game, she's working east and west a lot. We're seeing her work left and right. We haven't really seen her work up and down. So something to try to change the eyes and get these Sooner hitters off balance.
Lloyd digs back in. The freshman has been seeing the ball well. And speaking of swinging hard, she skies one into right field. Linda fighting a bit of the wind. It drifted towards right center field, makes the catch, and there's 2 away. The oohs and ahs when she swings the bat is something that will never get old. 2 away for Ailana Agbayani. Agby's season, Agbayani got some sort of cross of Ailana and Agbayani there. She takes the first pitch for a strike. 273 average. One of 6 Sooners who have started every game so far this season. The BYU transfer has established herself as the starting second baseman. Here's the 0-1. Oh, she slaps it beautifully to third. Nobody's covering the bag. It's thrown away. Nelly round second. Patty Gassel will wave her home. Here comes McEnroe Moranis. She'll score. Ailana Agbayani lets out a yell at second base as she creates a little chaos. It's 4-0 Sooners, and that is a manufactured run to the max.
And everything about it, you could see Ludwig take a little something off it, and you saw Agbayani slapping and kind of reload those hands, hold them up, and just tap it. One of the easiest things to do, I say one of the most dangerous things to do as a pitcher is throw a slapper something off speed. Because of that right there. You could see Agbayani read it and just take it and do exactly what she wanted with it. I will say this, what I love about this inning, obviously we've got the 2 home runs,
right,
but Sooners putting the ball on the ground.
First pitch is low, ball 1. We saw Oklahoma working on it in a way we never had before the game today. So it's a part of this arsenal and weaponry now for Patty Gassa. 4-0 Sooners. Bella Emmerling, she skies one to right field. Ball doesn't seem to be carrying as well over there. Wynn knocks it down for Linduff, who makes the catch. And what a start for the Sooners in the first. They send 8 batters to the plate. They pound out 5 hits, 2 of those home runs. And as we head to the second, Oklahoma 4, Kansas nothing. Sooner softball is presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And today's game is presented by the Omni Oklahoma City Hotel. Your perfect getaway awaits you at the Omni OKC. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
20
Center to Owen Field. Experience Oklahoma football like never before with an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour of Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. Purchase your ticket today at Soonersports.com/stadium tours. And swing by your local Sonic to try out the Bacon Deluxe Sonic Smashers. Live free. Eat Bacon Deluxe Sonic's Smashers. First pitch of the second is in for a swing and a miss strike. 4-zip Sooners. As Oklahoma has a shot out of the gate here and continues the misery for Lizzie Ludwig against Oklahoma. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Ludwig got the start in last year's game in the Big 12 championship game against Oklahoma. She lasted an inning and a third, giving up 5 hits and 6 runs. The 0-2 just misses. In the second game of the series in Lawrence, Ludwig came in relief. 1 inning pitched, 3 hits, 4 runs. 2 of those were earned, 3 walks.
You know, we talked about it a little bit in the bottom half of the first, but matchups are a thing. I mean, and you can kind of see it again. Ludwig has good stuff. She does, and she has good movement. She does a good job changing speeds, but you can just see the prep work from the Sooners offensively. Ground
ball left side. Nice play on the hop by Nelly. 1 away. Took a little bit of a late hop, and Nelly looked incredibly comfortable, and Olivia Bruno is retired for the first out here in the second. Here's Abel Wallace, the left fielder, who, all things considered, has had a pretty nice weekend. In that 23-0 win over East Texas A&M. As Wallace takes a strike. Abel Wallace drove in 7 runs. She was 2 for 2 with 2 home runs, 2 runs scored, and 7 runs batted in. Left-handed hitting left fielder fouls this one back.
Most hitters don't have 7 RBI in a weekend, let alone.
No kidding. They put on an absolute clinic. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. First strikeout of the game for Audrey Lowry. Strikeouts this year are brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union. TFCU is here for you in life and money. 2 away.
And I love that setup from Lowry. She came in hard on Wallace on the inner part of the plate and then just pulled the string with that curveball on the outer half.
Well, first pitch swinging. Souls pops it up, and will make it a quick 1-2-3 inning. And Souls got under it, trying to do something with the first pitch, and it's a quick 3 up, 3 down. Top half of the second. Oklahoma in control. They lead Kansas 4-zip. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
Don't miss out on OKC's hottest entertainment at the Showplace Theater.
Opens soon, just east of downtown OKC, right on the river. Okana Resort and Indoor Water Park. Learn more at okanaresort.com.
Olivia Bruno will be called out of the pen for Kansas. Pitching change brought to you by Love's Travel Stops as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Oklahoma, a 4 spot in the first. They're up 4-0 with DJ Sanchez. I'm Chris Plank. Our producer is CJ Craig, back in the franchise studios on a busy day for for Oklahoma Athletics. Gabby Garcia had a pretty good day yesterday. Digs in. First pitch is in for a strike. Olivia Bruno. Haven't seen a ton of her in the circle. And the starting first baseman. Now the 0-1 is in for a strike. Gabby Garcia had 3 hits yesterday, scored 4 runs. She's been solid for Oklahoma. Trying to find a spot in that 9-hole, and she rips one to right field, but Linduff is right there for Kansas to make the catch, and there's 1 away. By the numbers that we found on Bruno, this is her 4th appearance of the year. In their 2-1 win against SIU, she actually got the win. Through 8 innings of 5-hit, 1-run ball, no earned runs, struck out 8, walked 3. First pitch to Abby Dayton, skips to the backstop for ball 1. She had been in a bit of a slump at the plate. She was 0 for 5, and prior to this, she had this weekend, she had a 6-game hitting streak, but as soon as she came to Norman, the bat silenced a bit as the 1-0 pitch nearly catches Abby Dayton. So Dayton at the plate, or pardon me, Bruno at the plate after going 0 for 3 in the game against East Texas A&M. Now I guess you can say that's a prolonged slump. She's 0 for her last 8. So they thought maybe what? Get her going in the circle here a little bit? Try something?
Never know. Especially, that's your 4-hole hitter, right?
Yeah.
And senior leader. So you can kind of see this was probably the plan from the get-go. See how Ludwig does. And Bruno, the first one to go. But Dayton finding her way on base for a second time, drawing the walk.
All 4 misses up. Not the first time that the Sooners have seen Olivia Bruno in the circle. We've got to go back to game 2 of the series last year in Lawrence when the Sooners put 17 on the board. 2 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 5 walks for Bruno against OU. First pitch to Ella Parker is a little bit up. That was March 29th of last season. Olivia Bruno came in out of the pen. Parker, who lined out her last time up, takes a strike. I remember this being a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. Okay, good, I was right. I wasn't going to say anything until
Easter?
I looked it up. March, was Easter on March 30th? No. March 31st. We had a couple last year.
Yep.
The 1-1 pitch misses, 2 of them. Interesting, though, not really a thing in the SEC, but Saturday, Sunday, Monday is. I know you has one of those when we go to Alabama late in the season. They'll do a Sunday primetime game, and sometimes it's a Monday primetime game, sometimes it's in the afternoon. There's a grounder at first. Nice play at the bag. Touches for 1, but no play at Dayton at second. There's 2 away.
I will say this. KU struggles in inning 1, putting up a 4 spot, but doing all of that, Ella Parker 0 for 2. Hasn't happened.
She's got a nice streak. Bases reached for Ella Parker. See what Sid can do here. Homered her last time out. Runner at second is Dayton dancing around. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Update, obviously, with Bruno now in the circle. That new first baseman is Bagshaw. Campbell Bagshaw, the infielder out of Topeka. Made that nice play over the bag. Check swing on a pitch that looked pretty close. But Bobby DeMeo says ball 2. Live look at Sid Sanders' batting average. Has her at .405 for the season. Lays off the off speed. Called strike on the outer edge.
And for Sid Sanders, too, obviously we know what she can do with the stick, but her getting hot, we say that all the time. When Sid Sanders gets hot, she is a force to be reckoned with. But having her behind Ella Parker to protect Parker is huge.
2-1 is fouled off. And if you missed our pregame interview with Patty Gasso, you missed the high praise that she gave Sydney Sanders, calling her one of the better bunters, if not the best bunter on the team, and was tipping the cap to both Lo Chamberlain and Jocelyn Allo as some of the better bunters that she's had. 4-zip Sooners were in the bottom of the second inning. Dayton at second, 2 away for Sid Sanders. Bruno brings it home. Got her. Sid swung through it. For a moment, the way Sanders reacted, it looked like she might have got a piece of it, but like it was just her call sheet popping out. That'll do it for the Sooners in a very quiet second inning. We head to the third. Oklahoma 4, Kansas nothing. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
Howdy, Oklahoma. Vernon Armstrong, manager partner here at Seth Wally Ford in Pauls Valley. Listen, we don't just sell trucks here in Pauls Valley, we rule the land of trucks. That's why we are the king of trucks. And that's why now to the end of the month, you can get up to $20,000 in negative equity assistance and drive a new Ford today. But we aren't stopping there, because you can just put down $199 on any quality pre-owned truck or SUV and drive today. We won't turn you away with credit challenges or miss you on your trade, because we know you made the drive and we want you to drive today. Maybe that's why we sold over 100,000 plus people their rides since we've opened the door. And here's the real difference. When you come to Seth Wally Ford in Pauls Valley, we've spent over $20 million in Seth's promise. Tell him, Seth.
That's my promise of oil changes and engines for life on new or used gas or diesel at no additional cost to you.
So put a little gravity in travel and get to Oklahoma's Truck King, I-35, exit 72, Pauls Valley, or click us online at SethWallyFord.com. Hurry, this sale ends soon.
Ford F-150 stock number RFA 63656.
Chisholm Point offers luxury 1, 2, and 3 bedroom duplex and quadplexes in North Oklahoma City. Each apartment offers stylish kitchens, fence yards, clubhouse with resort-style pool, and clubhouse for socializing. Visit Chisholm Point today and learn about the select apartments with thousands of dollars back at move-in between Penn and Western on Northwest 115th. Close to everything. Heritage Hall School. Chisholm Point Community, a Case & Associates property.
Oklahoma Career Tech preparing Oklahomans to succeed in the workplace, in education, and in life. Visit poweredbyokcareertech.com to begin your career development journey today. A reminder, they bring you our third inning shout-outs throughout this inning. We'd love to hear where you're listening from. Hit us up on Twitter, X, whatever you want to refer to it now, at OU on the air. Tell us your name, where you're listening from. And we'll let you know, regardless of if we say it or not, we appreciate it. First pitch is a strike to Tatum. It's been a busy week, and the TV side obviously adds to it as the 0-1 pitch to Emma Tatum catches that inside corner. Those that maybe don't get a chance to listen to the radio broadcast of a lot of games, DJ Sanchez, I'm Chris Plank. Every game, home and away, the 0-2 pitch is skied foul. An expanded 30-minute pregame this year. And we have some fun with it, which was the genesis of the shout-outs, and they've been going strong for 10 seasons now?
Yes. It's grown so much.
Yeah. Bouncer past Lowry. Agbayani gloves. Takes it, throws to first, gets her one away. Tatum is retired. There's Flanagan.
Lowry doing such a great job of hitting spots. She's really established the inside corner to these lefties, which has helped her set up that curveball. But I feel like we can almost predict what Coach Gasso may say at the end of this ball game so far. Defense is shining.
Well, you almost led right into that. On the short hop, Nelly takes it off the bat of Flanagan. She has been smooth over at third, 2 away. Wow. It's almost like you could see that coming.
Smooth and busy, and you can just see the pitch locations, and Lowry doing such a tremendous job. 5 lefties in this lineup, but she's done a really great job of feeding McEnroe Morenas at third base as that pitch misses low. But taking that curveball, left-handed, running it into these righties, and just feeding McEnroe Morenas at third base.
Mezcal takes the 1-0 pitch low, 1 ball and 1 strike. See our buddy Larry's checked in down in the St. Pete Sooner Den. Traylon DeCur, Kenneth Matthews driving back to Broken Arrow from Dallas. As the 2-0 pitch is high, 3-0. Mark and Ann Worley checking in from Section 8. Great to have you at the ballpark. Mike Laurie and Phyllis are tuning out in Barnsdall. The deck and patio pictures are becoming very, very envy built, Shane. Shane Sanders tuning in from the patios. The 3-0 pitch is in. 3-1. Lowry trying to work back. She forces it full as the 3-1 pitch is fouled back.
Go right at Amezcua. Hitting 182 on the season. 9-hole hitter. No free passes here.
3-2, line foul down the right field line. KC is in Elm Creek, Nebraska. Toby Whitney in Fairmont, North Carolina. There's my buddy Evan. Aaron is in Ramstein, Missenbach, Germany. How about that? He's been consistent this weekend. Oh, Lowry just misses low. First base runner for Kansas. On the walk to Amezcua. And something you rarely see.
Yeah.
From Audrey Lowry as well. Just missed a little bit low. And the Sooners will come with a specialty defense of 5 infielders.
And just her second walk on the season. And again, the last thing, and this is not anything that Lowry doesn't know, but you want to go after that 9-hole, not give the top of the order any sort of opportunities.
Especially when they've been as good as Presley Limbaugh has been. First pitch ball. Grounded out to Nelly in the first. That was the first time that the Sooners had retired her this weekend. She 3 for 3 yesterday as the 1-0 pitch misses high, 2-0. Now Bella Emmerling's going to go out and chat with Audrey. That is a veteran and a youngster. And Emmerling, the transfer in, the senior from North Carolina, and the true freshman making just her second Loves Field start, second collegiate start. What's the message?
Get back to work, right? She's done such a tremendous job here. First time through the lineup of working ahead. And then we saw her fall behind to the 9-hole, behind here again, 2-0 to Limbaugh. Don't try to do too much. Let your defense work. This infield has been tremendous. Throw a ground ball.
And she gets the strike. It's almost like they were listening to her.
I think I shouted it loud enough.
2 balls and a strike. 2-out walk. Lowry. Line drive over the head of a leaping Garcia at short. It's a hard hit single into left field, and Kansas puts 2 on for the 2-hole hitter Ainsley Linduff with 2 outs here in the third. First hit of the game for KU.
Curious to see what KU, again, 2 outs, first and second. Linduff has got some wheels. Swings it well.
Bounces it over the head of Nelly, right to Garcia. Bobbles, bases loaded. Nelly was pulled in. Linduff chopped it. As Nelly reached up and just got over her glove. And as it ricocheted right to Gabby Garcia, she couldn't do anything with it. It would have been a spectacular play if she could have.
And here,
there's a dangerous spot for the Sooners, up 4-zip.
And you go back. This was all started.
And there's a deep fly ball to left field. First pitch swinging. Pickering makes the catch on Haley Kripe's fly ball to end a concerning third. But as you said, what did it start with?
A walk.
2-out walk.
To the 9-hole, no less.
Couple of singles, 3 runners stranded. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Oklahoma leads at 4-0. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
In the heart of Norman, where the fans are loud and Sooner spirit soars, there's a team caring for our community with the same level of passion. Norman Regional, Norman's leader in health and wellness care. Just as we stand behind our Sooner softball team, Norman Regional stands behind you. From orthopedics to heart care and the routine checkups that keep you on your A game.
Up to lead things off for the Sooners after Audrey Lowry worked out of a bases-loaded jam. Sooner softball presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And today's game sponsor is the Omni Oklahoma City Hotel. Your perfect getaway awaits you at the Omni OKC. A 4-run first for the Sooners, and that's where we stand in the bottom of the third. Back to work for Bruno. Off speed, misses low. Pickering starting to heat up. How about this? Oki in Norway checked in from Brevikbad, Norway, small island village in the Arctic. That
sounds cold.
Is it cold, Oki in Norway? The very next check-in was from a guy named Froze, who's listening in Enid. Don't know if it's as cold in Enid, but there you go. Gorgeous here in Norman today, the 2-0. That ball's hammered pretty deep to left field. Oh, that's a no-doubter. Did it ever land? Pickering bumps one over the left center field wall, making a 2-homer day for the kid, and it's 5-0 Sooners. Well, there's a way to start the inning.
Same spot, same part of the field. Pickering taking the ball the other way with authority. I'd say she looks comfortable playing.
I'd say she looks really good. That is now for Pickering, her team-leading 6th home run of the season, her team-leading 23rd and 24th RBI. And for Oklahoma as a team, with the 3 home runs today, they have 31. And despite playing, how many fewer games did we say as Nelly takes the first pitch a little bit out for ball 1? Florida's played 21 today. For Oklahoma is game number 17. They are only 5 home runs behind Florida for the SEC league, despite playing a significantly fewer number of games. That's unbelievable. Nelly is 1 for 1 on the day.
I think what's something that's kind of cool about that stat is there were so many questions of, is this offense going to have the same power that we've seen? And I think those questions are getting answered.
Frustration from Nelly as she swings through the 1-1. I will say, I was joking with Coach Gasso about this pregame yesterday. I'm like, probably more home runs than you thought, because she kept telling us in the preseason it's going to look a little different. 1-2 misses outside. Maybe we learned she might have been playing a little, kind of pulling her leg a bit, because as she said in yesterday's pregame show, I don't know that we're hitting enough. So they've responded with 3 today after hitting 4 in 2 games yesterday. Good pitch. Bruno gets Nelly, who will turn and walk back to the bench. Second strikeout by a KU pitcher. Chris Cook is watching softball on ESPN Plus. Julian Phil Armstrong down in Des Moines. I guess that's up in Des Moines. Jonathan is in Waco, Texas, with his wife and daughter. Caleb, Isaac, and Isaiah listening down in Walters, Oklahoma, and Terry and Jane, Mississippi. One away for Tia Malloy. 5-0 Sooners. That misses outside. How about Kim's checking in from Pittsboro, Indiana, hometown of her niece, Audrey Lowry. Bobby and Brenda watching in the car. I hope not while you're driving. I mean, that's kind of dangerous. The 1-0 pitch is in for a strike to Malloy. Tia lined out to left fielder last time up. Gary Cecil and Big Sky Sooner are traveling from Pawnee to Norman. Samantha down in Ardmore. Boomer Sooner Samantha. Time is given to Tia Malloy. The 1-1. Ooh, way out in front of that.
Look at this. Bruno, she gave up the bomb to Pickering, but Bruno, since she's entered this game, confident, working quickly in the circle. You know, I liked that Malloy called time because you could kind of see Bruno kind of setting the pace for these at-bats, but throwing some good pitches.
1-2 misses high. It's going to be a process for Tia. But man, is she fun. 1 for 3 yesterday against Kansas. Homered against Marshall. Swing and a miss here. 2 away. Well, you mentioned it with Bruno. She's not backing down. Despite giving up the home run, she has struck out 3 now. And that'll bring Alana Agbayani to the plate. What do you think's leading to her success?
No, you can see the confidence in what she's doing, but that pitch right there to Malloy, a little bit off the plate, borderline, whether or not it was going to be a strike or not, and just getting a chase. And that's something that Ludwig didn't have a lot of success in doing, of expanding the zone. And we're starting to see Bruno do that and getting some chases out of these Sooner hitters. We saw it in Macaro Marina's, her at bat as well, chasing a pitch up in the zone and then having something in on the hands. So Bruno doing a pretty good job here of throwing good pitches just a little bit off the plate.
She's missed on the first 2 to Agbayani. Ilana reached on a single her last time up.
But the Sooner hitters have been very aggressive in this ball game, and I think Bruno is taking advantage of that a little bit.
2-0 is high, 3-0. By the way, Mark in Virginia, I appreciate it, and I know it's tongue-in-cheek, but I didn't need a pronunciation guide for Okima, okay? I had that one. Every one of these broadcasts will get a shout-out from a city I haven't heard of in Oklahoma. It's the 3-0 pitch is in for a strike. Tom and Nicole, you guys taught me about Pumpkin Center, Oklahoma. That's where they're tuned into today. Oh, it's real.
That's a new one.
Mike Merrick is in Lawrence, Kansas. 3-1, ball 4.
That's a good at-bat by Agbayani, breaking things up a little bit, the back-to-back walks. And again, just as I had said, Bruno taking advantage of some aggressive at-bats from the Sooners. You see Agbayani come in and settle down a little bit. And Bruno is having success off the plate. So laying off those pitches, she's going to have to come in the zone. So good at-bat by Agbayani.
Here's Bella Emmerling, the Sooner catcher. First pitch strike. Last time up, Emmerling flied out to right field. I have misclassed so many people because there's still confusion, I think, over COVID or injuries. She swings, hits it hard to second. Nice play by Tatum. They throw in. Emmerling is retired. The Sooners' bottom half of the third is done, but they get the run on the home run from Cassidy Pickering. Appreciate Todd and Shelley watching in St. Louis, Donna Crystal and Alberta in Broken Bow, Angela and Doug in Lawrenceville, Georgia, the McKinney family down in Houston, Missouri.
Resort-style pool and clubhouse for socializing. Visit Chisholm Point today and learn about the select apartments with thousands of dollars back at move-in between Penn and Western on Northwest 115th. Close to everything. Heritage Hall School. Chisholm Point Community, a Case and Associates property.
Work for Audrey Lowry as we head to the fourth. Oklahoma leads at 5-zip. One of 2 games today in the Omni Classic. Sooners will square off in game 2 against Marshall. And then tomorrow at 1:45 against Kansas City. I've seen no one overly concerned about rain. First pitch swinging, the base hit back up the middle. Good start for Olivia Bruno.
Bruno got to it before I could get the thought out, but I was just getting ready to say this is a big at-bat because Bruno riding the high she gave up the home run but got out of the inning, throwing pretty well in the circle. You can just see the confidence and momentum rolling with Bruno. So 1 pitch, 1 hit.
Also breaks what had been, I'm sure, a pretty frustrating slump for her as the first pitch to Ava Wallace is fouled back. Even in the 23-0 win, Bruno was 0 for 3, did score a run. She was 0 for 1 before that base hit. It was a grounder foul. But the cleanup hitter had been 0 for her last 9 before that base hit. To start things off in the fourth, Bob Moore Ford is proud to honor service members through the Patriot of the Game. To nominate a Patriot, visit bobmooreford.com/hero. Swing and a miss. Good bounce back by Audrey Lowry. 3-pitch strikeout. Down goes Wallace for the second time today. 2 strikeouts, both of them of Ava Wallace after she had a 7 RBI game in the opener.
And just same setup. In her first strikeout back in the second, also 3 pitches.
First pitch strike to Souls. Anna Souls, the sophomore, popped out to second her last time up. Lefty-lefty matchup. Could be two. Bounce to short. Garcia to second for one. To first on the stretch. No.
Got Pickering holding up
The obstruction. Right? Kind of saying something to the second base umpire. We don't have a replay monitor here. I was going to ask if Bruno had popped up into that throw potentially. 2 outs, though. First pitch strike to Tatum. Souls reaches on the fielder's choice. As Emma Tatum, left-handed hitting second baseman, fouled that one back. Tatum drove in a couple of runs in that 24-run game earlier. Went 1 for 1, scored a run, and hit a home run. Her second of the season. She's 0 for 1 here after grounding out to second. Counts now 0-2. Best place to gear for game day is the Sooner Shop, the official fan shop of OU Athletics. Visit them in-store on the west side of Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium or online at shop.soonersports.com. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. She clubbed that one foul. I mean, I'm not going to lie, it looked a little concerning off the bat. Way out in front of it.
Say this, riding the 0-2 count. Tatum just taking hacks at tough pitches that are out of the zone a little bit.
Swing and a miss.
And Lowry took advantage of it.
That is the third strikeout of the game for the freshman. She's dealing now. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. 5-0 Sooners. Sooner softball is presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And today's game is presented by Omni Oklahoma City Hotel. Your perfect getaway awaits you at the Omni OKC. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
Whataburger knows that watch party planning comes with its own set of challenges. Finding enough chairs for the extra friends your friends brought. Managing Chet's ref rage in the third quarter. Staying calm when they won't just run the ball. And then you have to feed everyone. What are you going to do? That's easy. The What a Wings Party Pack. 72 boneless.
Heard that right. Conquer the stair climber with your partner in climb. Enjoy a post-workout recovery session in the hydro massage. And do it all again with access to any of our 2,700 convenient locations. So, you coming? Get your first month free and all the perks with the PF Black Card for just $1 down, $24.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends March 13th. See Club for details.
Back to the circle for Olivia Bruno as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Oklahoma leads at 5-0. For the Sooners, it'll be 9-1-2 with Garcia, Dayton, and Ella Park. University of Oklahoma and Sooner Sports Properties would like to thank our concession partners, Dos Equis, Dickey's Barbecue Pit, Shakes Frozen Custard, Frito-Lay, Pizza Hut, HTO, Cup Bop, Coop Ale Works, Nacho Express, and Kona Ice. Garcia shows the bunt, pulls it back, takes a ball. Lined out her last time up. You mentioned hearing from some great alums. Ashley Baird Wigington had checked in. 1-0 pitch misses inside. Back here in Oklahoma, Mark Montgomery. Don't know if Mark's a former player, but he is out in El Centenario, Mexico. Is that close enough? Sea of Cortez. 2-0 pitch, a little bit out. Redhead Sooner is always helping me with pronunciations. She claims that Hereford, Texas, has always been pronounced Hereford. I think you're incorrect. Here comes the I have no idea. The 3-0 is in for a strike.
I'm going to take your word for it.
I mean, listen, I'm grateful everybody's tuned in. Living it like we are today as Oklahoma looks to make it a perfect start to the season with 2 more wins. Garcia puts a charge into one. Deep to center field. Oh, touch them all, freshman. Garcia launches one over the center field wall. And it's a home run show from the Sooners today against the Jayhawks. 6-0 Oklahoma. And that for Gabby Garcia is her second home run of the season.
And that was a really good piece of hitting from the freshman. Bruno has changed speeds quite a bit, but at times it's not very deceptive. You could see Garcia recognize it out of the hand and reload and just absolutely launch it. Tremendous piece of hitting from the freshman.
6-0 Sooners. Here's Abby Dayton. First pitch to Dayton. Ooh, right on that outer edge. Called a ball.
And I think part of the conversation isn't be less aggressive, right? But be a little bit more selective in the way that Bruno has kind of been working the zone as she dropped a strike in on the outside corner. But you take away the pitches off the plate and leave them as ball, she's going to have to come back into the zone.
Well, it's fouled off 1-2. That thing shot back to the field. I was trying to do the stats on Gabby's mother, Kara Braun, the incredible shortstop at Arizona State. Her final season, by the way, was 0-2, if you want to feel really old. Gabby Garcia's mom graduated from college in 2002. We are all old.
I am not old. I will not. Nope.
1-2. Swing and a miss. The Evo shield went flying. Bruno's had some success with that.
Pretty dirty spot right there. Dirty pitch from Bruno. Just wrapping up Dayton on the inner half. That's a really nice location from Bruno.
Here's Ella Park. I can't find the home run totals from Mom's freshman year. 8. Got some work to do, Gabby. First pitch to Ella is a little off, ball 1. So if you're going to keep up with the Arizona State Hall of Famer Karen Braun, the legend, Gabby Garcia, Mom, as you might call her, you're 6 away from meeting her freshman mark.
She's got time.
1-0 to Parker is a little bit up. Ella, I mean, in all the fun today, is 0 for 2.
Hit the ball hard.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Speaking of hitting it hard, that thing looked like it rocketed off the bat. Foul. Bruno making her 4th appearance of the season. Doubt she'll match her longest appearance of the season, 8 innings, but this is now her 2nd longest appearance of 2025. As the 2-1 misses, pretty good spot, 3-0. Three balls and a strike. Strike 2. Jessica Bain points out to us that OU is currently tied for 1st in the SEC in hit by pitches. That one's fouled off. Now they don't, the problem at the SEC, I mean, I sent them a note. They update stats every day. Every day they send you 30 pages of stats. It's incredible. The NCAA wakes up on Monday and maybe decides to update it. So we'll see where that ranks nationally come Monday. The 3-2 pitch, Parker stays alive.
Pretty good spot by Bruno up in the zone. You could kind of see Ella Parker check swing and realize she chased a pitch up in her eyes.
A full count to Parker. Slow roller to short. That looked weird coming off the bat. She could beat that out. Ooh, Cripe just got her. Patty Gasso looks across.
And it looked like it came off the cap of Parker's bat.
That was weird, right? Cripe's done a nice job over there short this weekend, though.
She has. And, hey, I'm going to say this. I mean, KU defensively has been very solid.
Yeah.
That 4-run first inning could have gotten a little bit dicey if if their defense didn't step up a little bit.
By the way, they have made a defensive adjustment here as the first pitch to Sid Sanders is a little bit out. I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit of a weird adjustment, but Wallace is out and left after she had just been fantastic there, and Stafford is checked in. Caden Stafford out in left field. Hard hit ball foul.
Yeah, Wallace making a good play back in the first. Ball off the bat of Parker that kept runs off the board.
But did strike out twice, in all
six
three.
pitches.
Yeah, six pitches, so maybe that factors in here. I don't know. Jennifer McFalls has her reasons.
One of the best. She's been at it a long time.
1-1, swing and a miss, strike two. So Stafford in left, Limbaugh in center, Linduff in right. Same infield. Flanagan at third, Kripe at short, Tatum at second, and Bagshaw has been at first ever since Bruno checked in to throw. Mescott at the behind home plate. Behind home plate is the 1-2, skips all the way to the backstop. Saw Sooner Judy checked in, Silver City, New Mexico. Jarian is in Martinsburg, West Virginia. How about Jay out in Sidney, Montana? 2-2 pitch. Ooh, that's a really good spot. Ball three.
Bruno's had a lot of success with that pitch on the inner half. Good discipline from Sanders. I will say this. I feel like shout-outs have become a geography lesson for me.
Every time. Every single time. Here's the 3-2. Popped up. Shallow center field. Racing out. Could be trouble. Now Tatum makes it look smooth. And Sooners again put just one run on the board on the home run from Gabby Garcia. And as we head to the fifth inning, Oklahoma on top 6-0. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. Including a 4-2 game today. Beat them 14-7 on Friday.
South Carolina can swing it.
Top hitting team right now in the SEC. So that'll be next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And again, it's a whole new world. First pitch, by the way, on Friday night, primetime, 6:30. First pitch from Audrey Lowry here in the fifth is a strike.
You got to love that in what could be potentially first SEC weekend, 2 undefeated teams.
Bouncer by September Flanagan to the right side. Sanders will take it to the back. Flanagan's 0 for 2. Here's a Mezcal. Couple of things I wanted to mention as well. Our buddy Bob from Cement is checked in. He's outside of Bojito, Oklahoma. Stephen York is tuned in Choctaw. Boomer Sooner Stephen and Lauren Eric checking in after watching the heartbreaker of the men's basketball game. First pitch strike. My buddy Doug Hamilton down in Hockley, Texas.
I know where that is.
About a 3.5 hour drive. Bouncer back up the middle over the head of Lowry. Cut off by Agbayani, but no chance to get a Metcalf first. Well, how about that for the catcher? She's been on twice today. A 1-out single. 6-0 Sooners. And looks like we're going to see a pinch runner here.
Yeah, and you go back to the biggest threat that the Jayhawks have made in this game all started from the 9-hole. Seeing it again, rolling it back over to Limbaugh. But I like this challenge for Lowry. She handled it well, back in the third. And again, go toe-to-toe with the best hitters in this Jayhawk lineup.
Maddie Hayes will pinch run here as Presley Limbaugh comes to the plate. And the Sooners shift up their defense. 5 infielders. Dayton moves in from center to basically second, and there is no right field. Limbaugh's 1 for 2. First pitch low, ball 1.
And as a pitcher, you're basically getting told, you better hit a spot, kid.
Oh, they're going to say, did we have a action clock violation here? How about that? Called a strike. Guess she didn't get in before 10 seconds. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Pitch was low. The umpire immediately jumped out and called it a strike. So that's the only thing I can think of there.
We haven't seen much of that being called on the hitter. I don't feel like.
One time against Oklahoma against Tia Malloy. 0-2 is outside. Started rolling through the scoreboard and kind of got stopped on that big win for South Carolina today. It's brought to you by Air Comfort Solutions. Hard hit ball to short. Only one play. Agbayani throws to first and barely gets the speedy Limbaugh 2 away. Good job by the pinch runner Hayes, who had a nice jump. And you heard that right. Agbayani at short. She'll now move back to second as Limbaugh is retired.
That's a big out. Runner moved into scoring position, but again, you got a 6-run cushion. Just Lowry throw outs. Just keeping Limbaugh off the bases.
Linduff takes the first pitch high. Linduff's 1 for 2. A couple of games we'll have our eye on tonight. Nebraska's at Wichita State. Wichita State was here last week. Had that showdown between Ruby Malin and Jordy Ball yesterday. 1-0. Oklahoma State got him. And then tonight, I'm assuming that we're going to see Texas Tech throw Nyjah against Texas A&M. That's at 8 o'clock down in Bryan College Station. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Missouri is up 6-1 on Nebraska right now up in Wichita.
Missouri is a team that I've been impressed with watching throughout.
I've been too, yeah. Top foul. About a month away from being there, right? March 21st. What am I saying? 3 weeks away now. Where did you go, February? 2-2. Reaches and fouls it back. Auburn looking pretty solid. They won today at Jane B. Moore Field over Louisiana. Well, they're winning today over Louisiana 4-2. Good to see S.J. Guerin having success there. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Inning over. And we'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Oklahoma rolling over Kansas 6-0. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
I'm Mike Rohn. The last time I was back here in Oklahoma, I got to hang out with some local rock stars. Maybe you've seen these guys. They drill 2.5 miles straight down through the rock and then 3 miles.
Thanks for tuning in to Sooner softball. Oklahoma Athletics would like to thank the official Eat Play Stay partners. Visit Norman, Cup Pop, Midway Deli, and Norman NCED. Visit Soonersports.com for more information. Crisp, refreshing, and irresistibly tasting is Coke Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Try and decide. And Orthodontics exclusively is proud to sponsor the Junior Captain of the Game, the ultimate fan experience for children grades 3 through 7. Junior Captain of the Game. Visit either location in Norman or South OKC for your free consultation. Pickering leads it off. She's had a day. First pitch strike. We did hear from the Pickerings, Willow Creek, Montana. All is right with the world. They watched their granddaughter have a day. 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. See if she can make it 3 for 3. That one's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just kind of getting excited looking at some of the potential games college softball tonight. And then I made the mistake of looking ahead. Here's a 1-1, and that's it for a strike.
It's a good take. Bruno has a good off speed. And we just saw it right there. But again, every now and then she telegraphs it a little bit, and she's had to pay for it here today, but she's got a good off speed pitch.
The 1-2. Up high 2-2. I mentioned I got caught up looking ahead to next week. Get some of these SEC series. Florida at A&M.
Okay.
Auburn at Mississippi State. And Tennessee at Georgia. It's just the opening weekend. And, of course, OU hosting South Carolina. The 2-2 pitches in the dirt. Even a game like Arkansas going to Ole Miss kind of raises your eyebrows a little bit. And Big 12 play will start with Oklahoma State in Lubbock against Texas Tech. Huge weekend next weekend. But work to do before we get there. 3-2 is bounced foul. Pickering up to 6 home runs on the season. That leads the Oklahoma Sooners. In the career of Pickering, and has her at 18 career home runs. 3-2 is ball 4.
It's a good at bat. Pickering having a day with the 2 bombs, but just showing discipline in the box against Bruno. Good at bat from the sophomore.
Well, Sid Sanders is 1 for 2 with a single or unscored and a strikeout. Cheney Helton's going to pinch run here. Coweta, Oklahoma. Lifelong Sooner fan. And here we go with, all right, I say Sid Sanders, sorry. Nellie McEnroe Marinas, who is 1 for 2 with a single, a run scored, and a strikeout. She homered here yesterday. And you could sense the disappointment after the strikeout, her last plate appearance. Takes the first pitch right on that inside corner.
And that's the pitch that she struck out on back in the 3rd. On the inner half, seeing her take it to open up the count, but that's the same pitch that she swung straight through back in the 3rd.
Time is called. They're going to get Nellie. She was not in the batter's box at 10. She throws her hands up. She's behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Bobby DeMayo has been all over the action clock. The 0-2. Swung on and drilled deep to left field. Nellie walked it off. A 2-run bomb after the action clock violation. And she sends the Sooners to yet another run-ruled victory over Kansas. The final score in Game 1 on Saturday, Oklahoma 8, Kansas 0. And the captain doing a little yard work. The Browns postgame show is next. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield.
Looking to declutter? Donate to Goodwill Central Oklahoma today. Your gently used clothes, furniture, and household items don't just make room in your home, they help create opportunities for people in our community. When you donate to Goodwill, you're supporting job training, employment services, and more. It's a simple way to give back and make a real impact. Drop off your donations at any Goodwill location or schedule a pickup today. Visit okgoodwill.org to learn more. Goodwill Central Oklahoma, changing lives, one donation at a time.
At Brahms, we offer more than just burgers, shakes, and fries. We have an entire fresh market for your everyday grocery needs, from farm fresh milk to meats, freshly baked breads, and produce. We also carry a wide variety of our premium ice cream, frozen yogurt, and sherbet. And with Brahms delivery trucks running 7